Alright, this is sensational activity that they're creating, and this is impossible light that they're walking in while they're engaging what is monitoring on this device. And that's the evidence of it, the impossible light. That's ongoing terrorism by RAMADA, by WYNDHAM. And this is what they're monitoring while signing into the account, the entity. They're engaging in pacing back and forth. So I want to be clear, what you're looking at has nothing to do with actual earthquakes that's going to be created inside of a hotel room. That's sensational activity. And this is the same street where the Ontario Fire Department are gang stalking while they're monitoring my vagina in the shower, as I documented this environment at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's 3:13 p.m. and they're pacing with regard to monitoring. That's a sex offender. RAMADA is a sex offender. That's a homosexual woman engaging in sexual violence while the entity's engaged in the P.O.C. The Ontario police are gang stalking by helicopter while I'm standing on this sidewalk at 12:32 p.m. with San Bernardino County targeting. The entity is doing so with the hotel room. The fake sun is over my hotel room. This is the entity that's a massive sex offense is underway while they're monitoring what am I also doing on my device. Okay, so while trying to log into RAMADA with the password, this is the entity that's engaged in surveillance online, blocking the ability to reserve a hotel room while they're monitoring online, while the entity has engineer light aimed inside. This is impossible light activity, light manifesting inside, as you saw, light moving across. This is ongoing terrorism by RAMADA by WYNDHAM, which is going to be federally prosecuted, criminally and civilly prosecuted. And this is what Alan D. Wapner, Michael Gherkin, Paul Leon, Mike Lorenz are sharing in surveillance in the city of Ontario, where there's no plane. The airport is in no position where you're engaging what is this flight over here, relevant to where the fake sun is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, specifically 3:16, where surveillance on the internet in violation of Title 18, Section 2261A is underway. As you'll recall, I'm leaving Economy Inn yesterday afternoon, and the entity is engaging in what is keeping that fake sun over the roof where Robert Rivera was monitoring and harassing, just like the entity is here under the fake sun, speaking to surveillance. These are the demons that stalked me to this venue and are keeping me under surveillance at this venue. And ongoing sensational activities relevant to terrorism, stalking with sensational activity, the earthquake conduct. Every time I engage in use of my device, the entity is engaging what is an earthquake. This is what that demon is doing at 10:13 in the morning. Remember that? Using the cart, that's a means of surveillance. Everhome Suites is monitoring as you're identifying businesses. KFC is monitoring. Chick-fil-A, the Sheraton is monitoring. The Starbucks, where this fake sun is not over that entrance at 111 North Vineyard Avenue, you're understanding in the aggregate, they're monitoring. While I'm inside of that Starbucks, an impossible light is shooting through, like it's shooting through a hotel room, which is never the product of sunlight. They're monitoring. Okay, they're engaging in a sex offense in doing so. This is a massive sex act committed by the government that's going to be prosecuted as a sex offender. It's going to be prosecuted as a domestic terrorist. And this is what Gavin Newsom and Joseph Michael Lombardo share in. The domestic terrorists that are engaged in surveillance, conspiring the murder of an American citizen who is being targeted, as the specific environment proves. This is RAMADA by WYNDHAM that's engaged in surveillance with the intent to harass, terrorize, and you have sex offenders that are monitoring my vagina as state actors, not private citizens. And they're checking out hotel rooms to keep me under surveillance. This is P.O.C. at 1841 East G Street. That are gang stalking are going to be disbanded. This is tying together all of that pattern of conduct that I'm documenting. This is a sex offense while a population is engaged in surveillance with the government. P.O.C.